Time for the best shit you've ever seen. Now I'm just playing. Welcome everyone to the first um Legends Castle. Today we're gonna be talking about a wide variety of topics, and there's a lot of stuff we're gonna be doing on this podcast. Today is June 7th, and I don't know when the first episode of the Legends Castle starts, but I want to talk about something that is kind of something that I've unfortunately delved into, but I know effects of it and how much it would affect someone. So I'm gonna try to give my 2 cents on this. I really because I'm kind of interested in this too, and I wanted to make a podcast on this, but I'm just gonna put this clip in the podcast anyways because I just want to talk about it, um, and do that. So because because decriminalizing drugs in anywhere really could be depending on how hard the drugs are. Now, marijuana is where it starts, in my opinion. That's where I think it starts. Where there's like a scale, and right when you hit that, it's
What I'm trying to say is it's where it starts for when it becomes hard drugs and really affecting.
it's freaking that's where it like starts to get bad. No, I'm not sponsored. That was perfect. I didn't see how perfect that was, but I'm not. I was sponsored them. You already know my boys at YooHoo. How did that switch the camera? Anyway, I would sponsor the strawberry ones too. Mm. Um, there was an activist that said, "quote I think we need stores where you can go in and find legal heroin, legal cocaine, and legal ecstasy and things like that for adults." He said, "quote The real solution to this problem is to treat it like alcohol and tobacco." Thing is, this is the editing homie Zach710 here, and I want to say while I'm watching this clip, I was watching this clip, and there's something about it. So, how does tobacco and alcohol included, but more of the harder drugs compared to those two, how do they help, and how do they help people help cope with situation and cope with stuff? How do they, I don't know the word, like how do it rehabilitate them? How does it lighten their mood? How does it make them feel better? And pills and freaking narcotics and all that other stuff, that type of stuff right there, that's where it's like there's like the normal just chilling vibing, and then you go to around that spectrum that I was talking about, and in the middle right here, the two items in the middle are tobacco and alcohol. Well, when you go to over that spectrum, the spectrum that really is not necessary and not needed at all over here, move it over here, this spectrum with PCP, with lean mushrooms, ecstasy, freaking marijuana, you name it. This area is like this needs to be trashed. There's nothing for that whole entire amount of area to exist. There's no point in any of it. All it does is affect like yourself and affect the the body and mind, the freaking the everything. Freaking the hands, the arms, the veins, the blood, the freaking system, the whole system. It messes up all of that. It just screws with all that. it doesn't make you feel better. It don't make anybody feel better. Because in the end, there's a come down, right? And there's come downs and like hangovers for alcohol. Same thing. Y'all don't like that, right? But y'all gonna still do it. Because at first it feels good, but then you're not gonna remember it and you're never gonna get that feeling until you do it again. And then only until you do that, or you keep doing it in that first part until the next day, or until you wake up, or until after, is when it don't feel good or when it feels worse and you never want to do it again. Some people, or you don't want to do it until like someday you're like, okay, I'm ready to do it again. Like, it's just, if you really think about it, it's not needed, not wanted, and you don't have to. It doesn't help anybody. If anything, it makes every situation and everything else worse. Hope you're having a legendary day, by the way. And as we were saying, let's get back into this podcast. It's really just clips for this first podcast. Um, but if we find any other topics, of course, you already know we'll be talking about that. So I'm gonna go continue editing this video, and I'll be adding this clip mid video, and then we will finish the podcast after the clips. It really is the drug, but it's also the person who does the drug. A very small, tiny, tiny, tiny amount of people, I'm talking like a small amount, actually does not partake or do things that would make the drug criminalized, I guess would be this word. I don't know. But to do things that would affect just other things, because it affects you in such a way that it does that. But if you're just like chilling and you're using the drugs for, maybe it makes you feel better, or for like medicinal use, um which I don't really see any of those things being medicinal uses at all. Starting with alcohol, tobacco, and going up to like the harder drugs, including pills and prescriptions. Those are also, and lean and all of that, but that's also, all in that area. None of those I would recommend or do at all. Um, but like I if people like him aren't on the news for any reason, besides for talking about this, for any other reason that would affect the other people, like other people around him, his peers, or any other person, then it's fine. But if it does, then that's where like the restrictions come in, and where the limitations should come in, because it shouldn't be available for people like that to use that, smoke it, drink it, whatever, because that's the issue overall of it. And when he's talking about treating it like alcohol and tobacco, you kind of need to realize that those are just like, they're alcohol and tobacco. They're like, okay, they gives you a little bit of something, but the more alcohol the worse, obviously. But and it starts to become like the heavier drugs, like those heavy the other drugs. And once you get into those are the ones that can't be treated, because they're not all like the same. There's like I said, there's a whole uh scale for it. There's a whole like chart, when the more harder and farther you get into it, the worse the outcome can be, especially if you do more than one or mix them, which is extremely bad. And I completely agree with that with Philip DeFranco. I also want to put that at the end of this video, a little bit of the audio from it, to tell you, just to give you an idea of like the whole, like legalizing, the drugs and stuff. And I personally would not legalize it whatsoever. And people pushing it into communities, and people pushing it to people, and all the selling and the profits of that, that I don't know about either. But Um, what I can say is, if you would like to watch that video, June 1st, Johnny Depp wins the defamation case. Amber Heard offered to pay him 10 million. Verdict reactions, and then there's an and at the end, and there's nothing for some reason. But yeah, yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to say about that topic, and because I'm really interested in it, of talking about like just trying to make it where it's good for everybody, equal for everybody, and stuff like that. But yeah, that's what I got to say about the topic.
Why do I always start these off with eating and shit?
You know, this is gonna go on the podcast because this is kind of a topic I wanted to talk about. And today's like, I don't know, like June 11th. This topic is something that I've been thinking about for a long time, for months and months, I think years, and for just a very long time. Even if I were to create a video game system, this is the same thing that I would do. So there are legendary, games. For some people want this game to be remastered. It just came out like 7 years ago. It just came out recently. It's not even that old. But there are games from the past, even longer than that game, that have been released that have unfinished content. And this one's going to be one of my favorites to bring up. So we'll bring up two games. Let's bring up this one too. That I can remember off the top of my head. Let's start with this one. I don't know why its disc is going everywhere. I actually want to fix that. That's like a new copy too, so I don't want that broken. But this game right here, Luigi's Mansion.
Also Mario Kart Double Dash. Also, there's a couple of others that I cannot remember or say right now, but
was released in 2001. I don't know exactly the date, but it was released in 2001 with the GameCube, I'm pretty sure. It went the whole launch. There was unreleased content in that game. And there was stuff that were in that game that never got released. You can even look in some people's videos, like Tetrabit Gaming, I believe, for example. There was a lot of unused content and unused stuff. Now, if Ocarina of Time can be revisited and have a master quest, why not Luigi's Mansion have that harder version where the vacuum goes up to 10, and once it goes up to 10, the vacuum messes up, Luigi takes damage, for example. And have like a harder version or something. Revisit the GameCube. Like, you know, with this whole you only live once thing, go back to the old systems. You don't always have to go back to the new systems and create a new game and remaster the game and add stuff to it, like on the 3DS, Luigi's Mansion, and add stuff. Just go back to the consoles. The consoles are still there. It's not like you can't go back to the consoles, and there are people that don't know how to, you know, do stuff on that console and add new stuff to it, because it's 100% impossible. Now, my next game here, one of my favorites, Metroid Prime. In Metroid Prime, there was an unreleased, and you can watch Dr. Lava for my source, his video on it, and there were unreleased bosses in the game. There were even concept art for it. There was an unreleased Kraid boss and Mother Brain boss. So if you thought like the Meta Ridley fight was awesome, just imagine and think of Mother Brain and Kraid returning in that game. Unfortunately, it was going to be, I think, in the Metroid area, in the Phazon Mines. I can't really say exactly the area, but where it has like the mushrooms on the left. As soon as you walk into the room, there's Phazon, and there's like a spider ball track. I think when you first start to use spider ball tracks after using the elevators. I'm trying to like map out the whole room. I don't know if you face any elite pirates at that point. I don't think you do. But it's in that big room where I think you have to use X-ray to get on the platforms that are moving. It's that room. So some of y'all might know what I'm talking about. It's after the Metroids break out of that room with the force field. If you remember that too. And it's that room that's rumored that was going to be Kraid's boss fight room. It might have been bigger, it might have been like way different, but that apparently was going to be the boss fight room from, I think, what I remember. Either way, why not go back to that game and even add a harder difficulty or just add something to it and just go back to the games and add some stuff to it? Because there was a lot of stuff that was unused, unfinished, and I know they wanted to put out the game at a certain point and now they have it out and they're just like, yeah, that game's released now. We don't have to go back to it and, do all that. But you can always do that. You don't have to remaster a game and then add the stuff then, because the game's completely different at that point. It's not the same game. If you were to go back to that old game on the same system and you add stuff, then it'd just be a lot better. At least that's how I see it. But um, yeah, I just wanted to talk about this topic because it's not impossible, and there's no reason not to go back on an old console and add stuff to that game, especially if you're going to port Ocarina of Time and add the Master Quest. Then it's entirely possible for new stuff to be added on those consoles, and you can release a game on that console. Sure, it might not have enough sales, but some people would actually play that. Some people would want to see that, and I know there's millions of views on the Luigi's Mansion video, on the unused content and stuff. So there would definitely be at least a million people buying it, at least, from the very least. And if not, there are still people that will purchase the game even if it's a fail. And yeah, you can put the hours into the game, and I can get like paying your people to work onto the game, but you don't have to do it as a main project. You could do it as a side project even. Like there's a lot of stuff that you could do instead. At least like just make that game that you've wanted it to be. If you can't do it as the main project, just make it a side project. Just work on it when you have extra time, or if some people want to work on it at any point in time, and then you could just finish it there then. And it doesn't even have to be certain people. It could just be anybody that has the time, and wants to work on it. But that's all I want to say. I just really would love to see those games, and see all that content being used and all of their awesome ideas. I thought those ideas were incredible, and they would turn out like absolutely mind-blowingly amazing. And just it would be awesome to see those like in game. But that's another topic I wanted to talk about, and yeah, so I hope you enjoy the topic. Let me know everything y'all think of every topic, by the way, below, and comment down your opinion. Comment down anything. Ask me questions for the next freaking podcast. Freaking send anything and everything, and even tweet me, whatever, so I can have. Excuse me, damn, more stuff to talk about in the upcoming episodes very soon, because I would love to have conversations with y'all, answer questions, and all that. And I have a fat ass nose. Holy damn.
It's a thyroid. It's a bit of a punch in the dick to people who actually struggle with weight problems because of hormonal imbalances. When this dude makes a living eating 10,000 calorie meals for YouTube and then blames it on his thyroid.
I should probably go get my thyroid checked.
So if you watch that video about the transformation of Nikocado into this realization in this.
So now this is a topic that I just kind of realized throughout like my freaking couple decades of living. I had a huge problem myself. I don't know why, but if I can find a picture from 2013, I will pull up that picture right now and show y'all. But I had a huge problem myself. It might be hormonal or thyroid related. I've said stuff about my neck before. Y'all heard me talk about it. And this goes unfortunately back a couple years too. And why I'm so skinny now. Like look at how skinny I am now. And here's the thing. Now I've worked out before that, and I've gotten built. I got ripped for a certain amount of time. Unfortunately, a year after and around the time that I was actually working out then is the whole like the X Deadly's channel's downfall, vaping, it started.
Not just vaping, but it started with
And
vaping and then
freaking
drugs and alcohol and all that other stuff I was peer pressured into doing.
marijuana I was pressured into doing and all them stuff. But and that's one of the things that made me extremely skinny. That's one of the reasons why I'm this skinny right now. Um, and I was making the vlog that I just did earlier, and it's like the 15th, but it just turned the 16th, 30 minutes ago. But yesterday's vlog, my side was hurting, and around there is like the appendix. Now I was thinking it's probably the appendix messing up because of how much I've ate and how much like that I eat and consume. Like it's not normal. It was a problem. And for a while this year, like I've been eating recently better than I used to, way better than I used to, because I shouldn't be eating the way I was eating, and I didn't even realize and didn't even like notice until like recently this year, you know, and I just hit a couple decades and I'm already being messing up. But it's not even just that. Like I've almost drowned in a wave pool. I've drank 2 liters of Mountain Dew, many of them like tens and tens of them, you know, and freaking 12 packs of Mountain Dew canned. There's a lot of reasons, a couple of concussions, and like I've just been through pretty much everything, and I don't know, like I don't know how long I have left because I've just been through so much, and it's whack because like I'm trying to do as much as I can because, and I'm doing it now because I don't want to like not have like something. I don't want anything like bad to happen on a day and then like I won't be able to do anything in the future or after because of what's happened in the past, and it's mostly not my fault. It's pretty much other people's fault, and like it's just really unfair because a lot of the stuff that I've been through it's unfair, y'all. Like I just want to live my life, and like I've been through so much shit that I didn't need to go through, and shit that's happened because some of it being whack people and people just not being legendary or grand vibing, and I don't know, like that's why at this point in my life, like I'm just gonna do everything possible and as much as I can before the day comes, and it's just like every day I have this thing where it's like it's like I'm scared or worried every single day type shit. Like I'm not on some pussy shit, like on some real ass shit. Like it's crazy. Like I've been through so much shit that it's like every day I wake up and I'm like kind of like worried and scared and stressed, like that I don't know what's gonna happen today. Like my appendix on my side was messing up, and like it's it's something gonna bother me from every day going forward because it's just like other people who don't have a life and people that don't like do anything significant in their life or do anything that to help anything on the planet or the planet itself just fuck up other things for other people that actually want to do something. Like I've been having like dreams and goals to just like not just become a celebrity but like, and I know this like kind of a bad thing, but I wanted to just entertain. Like that's the whole thing. That's one of the main things I wanted to do. I just wanted to live life. I want to try things. I want to do things, and there's so much like I still have a whole life to live, but it's just been cut down by a lot because of everything that's happened, and it sucks. Cause I don't want to. It's not that I'm like scared of dying. It's not like none of that. It's it's something like I don't know like if something bad will happen, and I want to do as much as I can. Like that's another reason why I create content is because I found something I wanted to do, and it's not like one of the main reasons. Like one of the main reasons that I create content is because I wanted to entertain, and I wanted to make other people laugh, and just I want to do this. Like this is one things that like I was born to do. I wake up every day to do this. This is like my job. This is my hobby. This is like everything I want to do. Vlogging, podcasts, video games, music, everything like in that in those categories is stuff I want to do. And I'm still working on it. I'm not even close to being done whatsoever. I've still got years to be being or years to put in. There's a lot of games I want to try. There's a lot of vlogs I have yet to make. There's a lot of stuff I want to do, and life is kind of short as is. So like when you have like unfortunately a life like mine where stuff happens and for me and maybe you've had this too where it's out of your control, it just sucks because you go there's going to be one day, and these are one of these days like today after watching that clip, and it just made me realize like I want to do stuff, but it's like damn, like you can hear in my vocabulary I keep saying like over and over again. I don't want to keep saying that because it's annoying and annoys me but and it bothers me, but like there you go right there. Like I don't even notice I say it. I just said it twice right there. I don't know. Like I just want to I want to just just do stuff. I don't know how to like get into it, but it sucks cuz I'm gonna keep doing what I do. I'm not gonna stop. I I don't have plans of stopping anytime soon, but a lot of the stuff that I want to do before me realizing all this happened, I'm not gonna be able to do. But I'm hoping that I can make the best channel possible that I've ever can make. And now that I've made this one and my main channel, I know well this is gonna be on the podcast of the main channel, but both of my channels, the Grand Vibe Entertainment, just everything I want to do as much as I can. And like if I have to do it alone, then I will do it alone because the people in this world, and when they say that this world is messed up and fucked up, they are exactly right. And it's mostly the people, it's not the world. The world is a great place. One of my favorite place. It's legendary, but the people in it ruin people and ruin their experiences. Not me, but somewhat. Like I'm I've had like I've been through a lot of the stuff that people go through, and it just like I don't want to think of it like life sucks because it don't suck, but it's like man, like I don't know. And even now, like there's stuff like right now I get time to myself. I'm home alone. I finally get to chill and vibe, and these are just one of those days where it's like a couple days like one of these people are gonna come back and it's gonna ruin everything, and I still won't be able to like live my own life because they're just like always yelling in the background and just talking shit in the background. It's like bruh, it just doesn't make any sense, and they hit their kid too while they're here and in the background. It's just I don't know, man. I don't even have like money to afford a house right now, like a full on house. So there's no way that's gonna happen. So I can't get out of the situation. Even if I do, it's just not gonna go well. Like I don't know, man. That's why you don't hear a lot from me. Like you don't hear a lot of stuff that goes on because it's not me. It's certain people that are ruining everything. And like one of my videos, they came in and said, "Who is he talking to?" on my respawn like 5 gum legendary food review, and just completely ruined it. And it just there was just no point into doing that. And it's just I don't know. It's like it doesn't affect me. It doesn't like stress me out, but it in the most minimal way bothers me because it doesn't have to happen. They don't need to be here because they don't do anything here. And it's not like I'm venting or anything like that right now. It's just the fact that like when people are like jealous or just don't understand or just don't really have a purpose in doing anything, like they're not doing anything. Like their purpose here is nothing. When they weren't here and they were wherever they at before, that's pretty much where they should be. They really should not be here because there's just no point. They're just ruining it for other people that like live here, and just it's just a ruined experience for everybody. So I don't understand. There's just this is some of the shit that I've said on the vlog. Like there's some shit that I don't talk to y'all about or tell y'all because it's like I couldn't before, but now that I can, it's just I don't know. It's like when you're living the best life you can possibly live. For me, there's one thing that's just right there that doesn't need to be there to make it the best life possible. Like there's just one thing that's messing everything up. Like not always, but like now that I have everything straight, there's just one thing that once it's not there, I can do everything. Like there's nothing that's gonna stop me even when it's there. But it's just I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what else to say. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Um I probably said too much. I don't know. This is something that I just want to do, bro. Like I don't want to go, you know? Like it's not that I'm scared of dying or anything like that, like I said. And it's not like it's inevitable, of course. But it's like I don't want to because in the terms of like I want to keep creating content as many days as I possibly can, and as many times as I possibly can, and any time that I have a chance to, I want to make videos and I want to make content. And it's unfair because of what happened in the past and just stuff that happens, and it's like it sucks, but I don't know. I should probably get back to what I'm doing though, so I can get better sleep. But I want to talk about that. I probably haven't talked about it. I just want to talk about it at least once, and let y'all know like the update and everything, because it's like, can people live their own life? Why do they gotta focus on other people's life? Like if this is my quote that I've had for years, if they are paying attention to your life or anybody else's life that's not theirs, or anything that's not theirs that they're trying to get at or anything like that, then they don't have a life themselves. Like if they're not doing stuff but they're paying attention, or just I don't know, anything like that, then it's just I don't know. It's just whack, bro. Like why can't I just like my whole family live their life? Like why do they gotta be here? That one person gotta be here and mess up everything for everyone. It's like whack, bro. They argue, they get mad, they hit their kid, they do sexual stuff with another kid that lives here. I mean, he just turned into a teenager, but still a kid. I don't know, man. I'm gonna stop doing this video though, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. With all those clips and all those videos now out of the way, we can finally get to July. Now, this one is what I'm going to call the June podcast, because throughout June is when I made this, made all these clips. And these clips are just like compiled and were made because I wanted to talk about these certain topics and get into that and just all that other stuff like that. But besides that, now we're here in July. And now after watching all those clips, I learned that like for real, I'm going to do as much as possible. You know, these next podcasts coming up are going to be awesome. Every other one and this one and everything I do, I want to make sure it's the best way. And just everything that I've always wanted to do, I'm going to do. And that's really that. I don't necessarily have any other topics for right now until maybe the second podcast, And it's still not Friday. Actually, today is Friday, so shoot, and it's July, so maybe this is the perfect time to have the first episode. This one's going to be during June, and this is what we're gonna do for this last part of the video. If you made it this far, also, I'm also going to be doing. This is going to be the future content. What we're going to be doing. Here we finish the last 3 Easter eggs on zombies. If we don't finish Outbreak, we'll just not do it for a while, and we'll just wait on that one. But we're going to be attempting, or no, we'll be doing Marauder Totem and Forsaken, and then we'll do Outbreak some other day, because the way it goes, you're going to need more than one person. Doing it solo, you're going to need maxed out everything, and I don't have that. So unless I have maxed out everything, then maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to do the Outbreak Easter egg on zombies, Black Ops Cold War. But we're going to be doing Forsaken, Marauder Totem, and then waiting on the Outbreak Easter egg. That was a 10-hour stream, and I did not know, by the way. That was insane. Once I saw how long it was, once I got on the, that's what she said. Once I got on the freaking account, and I saw how long the stream was, I was like, that's insane. 10 hours? I've never did a 10-hour stream before, so that's pretty dang insane. I think I've done a 10-hour. No, I don't even think that I've done a 10-hour. So that was my longest stream. Hopefully, and I will most likely not try to do that ever again, so don't be expecting that. But other than that, last but not least, the last things that I need to edit and complete are what I'm about to get into, my vlogs. Now, I'm going to be doing the Marauder Totem and the Forsaken Easter eggs, streaming that first. After I finish this video, I'm going to be uploading this first podcast. This is going to be going up, and then those 2 Easter eggs are what I'm going to do. Because I'm doing the things that I can do the fastest first. Of course, I'm going to be trying my best to make it the best possible, but I'm going to be doing the fastest thing I can do first, and that will be those 2 Easter eggs. Once I'm done with those, I'm going to be starting to work on the vlogs, and honestly, I think I'm just going to make it instead of a monthly vlog, because this won't able to have all of it all at once and uploading it. So I'll have to do them individually, but it will be fine because it's a lot of vlogs, and it'll be great. And I for real cannot wait. I think I'll do like a weekly, or I'll figure out something with that. But after that, we're gonna be going back to Devil May Cry, the games, the first 3 games, and then we'll be finishing up with that, and then there's not really anything else to do right now. Of course, there's Doom and Dishonored 2 that we could still do, but right now I'm not really feeling of doing. I feel like it's gonna be like really long, so I'm just gonna chill until I figure out the next project. If there's nothing else we can do at that point after the vlogs, Devil May Cry, after all this, then we will figure out a new project. Until then, I actually do have an idea of what I could do. The GameCube games, because I have not finished Super Mario Strikers, Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, and Luigi's Mansion. The Hidden Mansion, completely optional, by the way. We really don't have to do the Hidden Mansion, but if you guys want to see it, let me know. So I'll just hold off on that one. But Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, the final boss, and Super Mario Strikers. It has been a while since I've did those, and I honestly would be looking forward to doing them again. So we'll be doing that. And then, of course, Metroid Prime, the trilogy, or the 2 games, the first 2 games, will be starting this month. So once we finish Super Mario Strikers, we'll see what's going on in Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, and I'll attempt it and do like a live on that. And then after that, those 2 games, we'll just hold off on everything until we get Metroid Prime, and then we will start doing Metroid Prime. And I absolutely cannot wait. It's going to be one of my favorite times, because I love those games. I love the trilogy and all that. But yeah, that is the future projects for right now. Music-wise, I did release a new single, so there's about 5 or 6 singles out. I think there's 6 singles out right now that you can go listen to. One of them, honestly, I don't know about that one, but once I listen to it, I mean, it's not bad, but I don't know. But the rest of the singles that I've released, the new one is the Empire's Titan Deity. I didn't know what else to call it. I thought of a name and I didn't know what kind of name fit, so I chose that name. And I don't know about any future projects on music for right now, but I will be doing some new vlogs today after I finish, of course, doing the vlogs and everything else. And I think it might be tomorrow. Judging by the time it is right now, it's about 4:30. But once I fully finish this whole video and fully finish putting this in the video, it'll probably be around 5 o'clock. But once the video is uploaded and I'm able to go do that, it's probably going to be a little bit over 5. And then we can go straight into frickin' Forsaken and Marauder Toten and doing the Easter egg there. So that'll be cool. Cannot wait for that. And that's that for this video. So I hope you enjoyed this first podcast of the Legends Castle. Take care, have a legendary day. I love y'all. Do not forget to make sure to leave a like, comment anything, questions, stuff about the topics that we talked about in this video, any of the 3 topics, and anything new too. Ask me any questions, tweet me. You already know the homie Zach710, and I will respond to any and all tweets and any and all everything. Well, I'll try to at least. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. I hope y'all enjoyed this one, and it's been your boy, the homie Zach710. I will see you guys in the next one. Yeah, grab another drink, grab another snack for another video, another time. And cannot wait for the second episode of the Legends Castle. Thank you all for coming to this video. This video is very important to me and this podcast. And I cannot wait for what's to come in the future. So, I'll see you guys in the next live stream / video.